Live? Is that notification on my phone telling me that I'm live? Waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. Hold, hold, hold. Why is my phone lighting up? There it is. It was on Do Not Disturb. That's why I wasn't lighting up. Why does someone immediately message me as soon as I go live? Nothing important. Okay. Live. The splash text on the screen is very accurate. Just the ah. Is that wait, no. Maybe not. Maybe that's more like a ah like the H sound instead of just ah. Have you ever seen like have you ever seen like the what's it? Like the AAA battery meme where it's like ah ah ah. I don't know. I think it was a fine. I can't remember anymore. Oh my god, my fucking thing is gone again. Uh-oh. It was fine earlier. What the hell? What changed? What happened? Why can't I see my mouse anymore? Okay. Gotta get out of full screen mode. And then I gotta fix how it looks like on my screen. That's not it. There we go. Stretch to screen. Stream manager so I can see chat. Why are more people messaging me? Oh my god, everybody saw that. Oh my god, Venus live. Let's immediately message her. And because I can't go into full screen mode, I have to see the two messages on my Discord. Anyway, I haven't logged on. Like, I wanted to. I really, really wanted to. I wanted to just log on my own time to get all of the sand and stuff covered. Like, there's not much of it left. It's just here, a little bit of here, and I want to fill in this area, probably build a better spot for the campfire. That's literally all I want to do. However, oh, also fix this part. And then I want to start building paths. However, I had this irrational fear that if I'm not live, I'm gonna die. And then like I'm just gonna start up next stream like hardcore attempt number 2, part 1. And I just have no explanation for it. Yeah, I can use like clipping software. I've used Metal in the past, but Metal makes my game crash. At least it happens with Valorant. It makes my game crash, so I'm now scared to use Metal anywhere else. So I just haven't been online, even though I really, really want to. Another part of it is because, like, school started and all, and I just do not have time. That is a lie. I've just been working on other things. Yesterday before I start, I should fix these two things. Which means, oh, okay, okay. So I know what to do today. Things I need to do today. Finish covering all of that with um grass. Then I need to start making paths, planning where everything's gonna go and stuff. Because this isn't a very big island, so there's only so many things I can add into it for you know things get too squishy. But after that, if I get all of that done today within the next like hour, 2 hours that I'm gonna be live probably, I want to build myself a sugarcane farm. Add that onto the list of things that I need to build in the farms island. Why are there no squid? What the hell? Where'd all of it go? Bing, bing. And honestly, if I get bored enough, I might log on Origins. I did promise Rose that I was gonna log on Origins at some point. I'm currently building a casino there, and honestly, most of the building stuff is done already. It's just the only thing that's really missing now for me is uh where it's like the redstone, which is boring because all I am doing in redstone is following a tutorial video. And that's not going to be fun because it's just going to be me opening opening Minecraft, closing Minecraft, opening Minecraft, closing Minecraft, opening Minecraft, closing Minecraft, opening Minecraft, closing Minecraft. So that stuff I will definitely do on my own. Hello there. One day I'll be rich enough and not have to worry about like XP and like emeralds, and I can just buy whatever I want, whatever I want. Whatever I want, whenever I want. Um, where's the cleric? There you are. I also need to get this. You can take that. Where is the smithing guy? Do I even have a smithing guy? Or am I just crazy? Crazy? I was crazy once. No, 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 no. You see, guys, this is the old path to freedom. You guys can't access that anymore. Okay, yeah, I think me somehow thinking that there was a thing might have been a lie. Okay, that's fine. I definitely need to build a Enderman farm. I don't wanna. Enderman farms are scary. And because I've started playing Origins again, I'm starting to instinctively press control as I get into the water for a free boost. As well as, like, look at my hotbar to go switch to my, what's it called? Trident. So I can get a little boost. Can I do this in Origins? No, absolutely not. Like, I absolutely could. Rose's Origins server, like, the end isn't disabled in there. So if your Origin doesn't come with Elytras, you can still get it. However, I just don't think that's fair. Like, when I played on Origin servers before, when I previously played on it a lot, I used to exclusively play Elytrians. Or at least, like, some sort of, like, bird, something with wings. And I was one of the most advocate people for what is what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of disowning, but it's not disowning. Disabling. Um disowning that. Disabling the end. Where did you come from? Oh, because you escaped. I was one of the biggest advocates to disable the end because I was like, what is the point of me being a bird? And what is the point of me having an elytra if you could just go to the end? Hi, Casey. Um, Look, oh my god, look, it's no longer my one and only mod, but it's my first mod. Hi, Casey. Sorry, I'm ranting about Origins. Slash pause. I love Origins. Alright, I keep forgetting that this was a thing in the bottom. More specifically, I'm talking about how I think it's kind of cheating for if you're gonna be on an Origin server and you have an Elytra, even though your Origin doesn't come with one. 'Cause I'm pretty sure elytras are allowed on Smart SMP, right? Smart SMP, Smart Origins on the Origin server. It isn't? Really? Then I'm probably crazy then. Okay, I could have sworn I saw something with an elytra. Then again, it was probably just their origin then. Okay, I'm just stupid. Never mind, you know what? But point still stands. I think if you have elytras enabled in an origin server, I think you're just an asshole. Why have you escaped? How have you escaped? Well, it's alright. But I need my iron farm to actually function. The what? Wait, what is happening? Casey, come back. Casey, my beloved mod. Okay. Partial eclipse tonight. September's full harvest supermoon will also create a partial lunar eclipse. Tonight's partial lunar eclipse will be. What time is the eclipse in? Insert my time. Insert my time zone. That's not what it is. Am I doxing myself? No, it isn't. No, I'm not. Okay. Da, 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 da. Hmm. The partial lunar eclipse? It literally just says that. What? Oh, happening right now. The duration maximum. Huh. The shadow. Okay. Everything is getting put on hold. I'm gonna try to go outside and see this lunar eclipse. I'm gonna box myself in, even though the game will be paused and nothing reasonably can happen to me. 1 second. Text. Add new source instead. Ah. It's so stupid. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned. I have returned. No longer touching grass. Touching grass has been touching grass has been cancelled. Um, Fortunately, I was able to see a little bit. Like the sky where I live, it's actually pretty clear today. But and I was able to see like a little bit getting like shaved off, like just from like the very top of it, which I think is pretty sick. I think that's kind of neat, even. Casey, are you still here? Today, today. I can't believe my first mod, my first ever mod has just ditched me like this. Burrow popped in and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, there's a partial eclipse outside," and then dipped. Oh, but the same for you was really bright here. Yeah, I saw like a little bit of the top getting like shorn off. I guess that's the best way to say it, which was pretty cool. And I thought it really ironic that it's that is a partial moon eclipse on Mid Autumn's Festival, which is like specifically the day where like the moon is meant to shine like the brightest out of the entire year. I really like that. You know, whole like festival dedicated to the moon is has a partial lunar eclipse. That's pretty cool. It is a really cool lineup. So when you said a partial moon eclipse, I was like, hey yo, on mid autumn. Speaking of mid autumns, I spent like 5 hours, 5.5 hours making my own mooncakes. It shouldn't have taken that long, but then my grandmother, my grandfather really was like, "Oh, you're gonna make this one particular filling for the mooncake. Here, let me give you the biggest melon from in the backyard for you to make the filling." And I was like, "You know what? Sure." And then I make it. It takes me like 2.5 hours to make because I need to cut it, which is simple enough. Then I need to shred it, and this melon is like the size of my arm. And to shred it, which takes me like years because I have a really tiny little like cheese grater thing. And then I need to boil it. And after I boil it, I need to take all of it out. I need to drain it, strain it, and then put it back in the pan so then all the water evaporates while I mix it with sugar and like this other thing. And like it takes forever. Especially because of how big it is. I need to get 2 pans out of the fucking drawer in order to make the damn thing. In order to fit all of the melons that my grandpa gave me. And that's just for one filling. I have 2 fillings to make. Well, to be fair, the hardest part of the other filling, I was making a red bean paste, was already finished. I'd already like boiled it and like crushed it. I just needed to blend it. But then when I tried to blend it in the little blender I have, because I hate the big blender because the big blender is really loud and I don't like it being really loud, it started smoking. Like the blender started smoking. So I was like, oh, that's probably not a good sign. So then I stopped, and then I like left it alone. Yeah, it smelled like and like it smelled as if like the circuits inside was like being fried. So I didn't want to use it anymore. Like you can smell smoke, you can see white smoke coming out of the fucking like back, and I was like, ooh, uh, I'm no scientist, but like I think I have enough. Oh, I have enough basic human comprehension to understand that white smoke out of machine equals whoa equals bad. What's down here? Cave. I guess there. So I have 2 theories. I guess one why that might be happening. One, the blender is just really old. Like I've had like my family's had that blender for like ages. It just could be really old and like, it's been broken before, but we just never bothered to throw it out. Like it could be that, or it could be because of the fact that like we're blending red beans. Like that's ooh, that's gonna make a really, really thick paste. And it couldn't like, blend it properly, so it's just overheating. Tried it, tried it, tried it, tried it, tried it, tried it. Crying. So it was like overworking because I couldn't blend the thing properly. But like I saw it moving. So it wasn't like it was like stuck and it was just, pushing really hard. No, it was moving. I can see the red bean shit moving. So it could honestly be either or. And it was definitely the motor overheating. But yeah, I just stopped making the red bean after. Whoa, okay. I just stopped making the red bean after that. Like the amount of filling I had was in. Can you please stop falling, please? Like, stop. You're actually being homophobic. Stop. This looks horrible. Okay, I'm coming back and fix this later. But yeah. So that's me making red beans, mooncakes. And then like I took a break because at that point I had been standing at the counter for like 4 hours by then because like I had to make the dough, I had to like make the filling and all that shit. So I sat down, I ate some food, and I went back to the grind and started making it. Actually making it, like wrapping it all up and stuff. And it took me an hour and a half to make 16 mooncakes, which is really, really slow. I can probably share what the mooncake looks like. 1 second. I just need to do some funky things with Streamlabs. Oh. What? Look at the mooncakes I made. I made 16 of them. This took me 5.5 hours. What do mooncakes taste like? Um, it depends on the filling. So I've made red bean and wintermelon filling, which generally is like on the sweeter side. But it's like, what is like the closest thing I can compare it to? Hmm. What's like an think of okay. No, okay. I'm trying to think like a brownie, but not really. I'm trying to describe like the consistency of like the dough of like the skin on the outside. Think like a really, really thin cookie, like, and then it's wrapped around different fillings. That's like it usually, and like depending on like who's making it, you get like different fillings. So like my family really likes to eat red bean and wintermelon, but then the most like traditional kind of red bean filling, a filling is using salted egg, using salted eggs because it looks like the moon. So it's hard to describe what exactly mooncakes taste like. It depends on the flavor. But it's usually like a sweet dish. Usually. Keyword. I've seen people put like nuts and like raisins inside of it. There's also a different type of mooncake called like I think it's called like the snow skin mooncake, and that one's a little bit more like mochi. But yeah, different filling, different flavors usually. These are really good. Honestly, like especially around like this time of year, you can probably go to like any like Asian grocery store, and you'll probably find like boxes of these because they're really really popular like house gifts like this time of year. Like you would buy it and give it to people if you're gonna go visit somebody. Especially because like, mid-autumn is like meant to be a time for you to like visit relatives and stuff. Not visit relatives, like, like reunite with your family and stuff. Because that's like the whole mythos behind the festival. So you bring them, you buy them if you're too lazy to make them, which is, the majority of people eat. I just like making them because it's pretty. And I was meant to make some and then bring it to my own family dinner reunion thing, but that was supposed to be on Sunday, but then things came up, so it got canceled. So I was like, oh, I have a bunch of like leftover shit. I might as well just, make some, make some for myself, give some to friends and shit, which I am going to do. That batch I just showed is mostly going to be for my coworkers because, why not? Coworkers and my manager. But I was gonna make some for relatives, I'm gonna make some for friends and stuff. I'm using the smaller mold. There's a bigger one that's like usually how mooncakes are like supposed to be sized, but the little ones just makes lets me make more. Run out of dirt. Dork. Let me make it in. Oh, ow. Ooh, that took me so many hearts. Yeah, mooncakes are silly. I like making mooncakes. I love baking like for some reason I can make all of these like kind of complex desserts and stuff. But like if you ask me to like actually like bake you a cake or something, I just completely fail. Like I can make a bunch of like Chinese desserts. Like I can make the like there was a I guess like a joke amongst my family. Um that because like I made really really good, how would I translate this in English? Like sticky rice? Like bamboo sticky rice. And then like there's like a saying that like as soon as a woman knows how to like make them, like they're ready for marriage because it'd be like it's like a shameful thing if like a wife doesn't make it for their family come festival. There's an Asian grocery store about 30 minutes away from me. You should definitely go try. Make sure it's like a Chinese one. You should definitely go try to like get some for yourself. It's really good. I personally don't like the salted egg ones. I don't like the taste of salted egg, but I like all the other flavors. Okay, there we go. That's most of the, almost all of the sand. Keyword, almost. Where is my, oh, there it is. Okay. I need to make like a proper entrance to the mines. Preferably not like a winding staircase down. But honestly, I don't go down to the mines very much anymore. I don't need to. So this might just become like decorative. I'll keep it there for now though. Sweet back here in the mine. I guess it's still the best place to go to if I need like deep slate and stuff. So that's where all like deep slate stuff is. That's not until later. When I actually start building the houses and stuff, and I actually need a lot of deep slate. One day you definitely will. Sadly, not probably anytime soon though. Sag. When you do though, tell me. I would like to know your reaction. What have you been up to, Casey? How is your day doing? I've yapped enough about me. You took a test. We'll talk about that and a one-on-one D&D session with the gym. Ooh, care to share what was in the one-on-one? God, I love one-on-one sessions. They're like usually the most like traumatic thing that'll ever happen to you because of the lore that happens in there. I love D&D. God, I love D&D. I have D&D tomorrow. Actually, no. I don't know if I have D&D tomorrow. It hasn't been confirmed yet. Oh, actually, wait, I need to fill that part in. So we are getting close to the ending of part one of the campaign and recently reached a village in a magical forest where my character's from. Actually, there the leader of the village has set up trials for each character to make us stronger. Ooh. Okay, okay. What kind of trials do your character go to? I love one-on-one trials, like character trials. So much character development packed into one little segment. And especially if it's like one-on-one. Like the rest of the party doesn't know. Ah, secret. Admittedly, your character's a little bit of a silly one, so the fight is sort of funny. Share anyway. Not everything needs to be dark, gloomy, and depressing, as my players will try for. I should like sort this. Yeah. Alright. Path time. My favorite thing in Minecraft. Paths. I just make this path looks nice as well. Ba ba. Why did I come back here? Also, to do this before things start spawning. To give some setup though, two other players have had their trials already. You can speculate on them if you want, if they want. They both ended their trial on low health. Four from our guy with 66 health and two from our magic user. So I was stressing because guess what? I'm a bard. Oh 07. Squishy bards. I love playing bards. Go on. Like I think bards is like one of my favorite subclasses to play. The subclasses classes to play. Subclasses, however, College of Eloquence, my beloved. Oh, right, I came back here to update the map. I remember now. Like all of here needs to be updated. What? Update the map, thank you? Oh, I guess like that part still isn't. I'll worry about that part later. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, dang it. Yay! And so my character, you're a duck bard. Like I said, a silly one. Duck bards hate geese with a passion. Makes sense. Okay. Plans. I think I said something shopping district here. Residentials or residentials farm slash port library, I think. So I think a goose hydra. A hydro with geese for heads. For geese heads. I gotta do my best not to build it in too much of a grid. But that's just gonna look weird. A giant goose with 5 heads. Oh, okay. You're a halfling. So a very, very short duck bard fighting a giant geese with 5 heads. Nice. Okay, go on. You managed to win with 6 of your 27 health. 27? Jeez, how low? What level are you guys? Even if you're a bard, you shouldn't be that low. Jelly! Jellycat. You're level 6 with 27 health. Okay. I don't know exactly how that works. Okay, I think I might need to cut this tree down. I might just keep that thing as, like, history. Ah. Squishy dude. Yeah, I guess, like, bards are meant to be squishy people. But, like, damn, that is really low. Okay. Kind of done it. I kind of wanted to, like, loop around this area. Which probably means finding a center. Like, here. Because, like, I want to build, like, a little, like, statue here, probably. But then again, it's on a weird, like, angle. It's like, because the center is here, so it's gonna have to be diagonal. Unless I just go crazy and I just start making fucking weird crosses. Hmm. I do like that though. I like it when I like curved it into that. That's gonna be like the front of the library, big library thing. Hmm. Because I want like this whole area to be shops. I guess I could connect it from here to here. So at least makes a circle. So the way I did a majority of the damage through my Duck Knight, think greater dog with duck, and conjure animal spell I just learned, and the occasional vicious mockery. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Ba 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 bum. Whoops. Ah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go that like kind of neatly sections off this area. And if I really want to, I can like do that. And bring this in. It was rough because the Hydra could heal itself a little, even though one part of it was up. Technically 6 parts, 5 parts in the body, so it could heal. The amount of most hits I could do when I was 3 for my night, one for myself, and one for my conjured animal if it was alive. Hmm. Yeah, Hydras go burr. I feel like this kind of naturally. And then that. I guess I just like thinking about how I want to connect it to that island, those 2 islands. And it makes the most sense if I connect it from like here. You know, or like here, I guess. That makes it direct across. I'll have to make it a cross bridge for that then. That's kind of annoying. If I do that, then it means, you know, and then straight across from there. Or I could just make it diagonal in the first place and just make it feel natural. It was a rough fight, but it was so much fun figuring out what type of Hydra it was and how it worked. As a DM who can't do encounters, so I just avoid them at all costs, I look up to DMs who can like genuinely do and like make fun combat. Like if there was one thing that I wish I can suddenly become like good at is like combat and how to make it like more fun. Okay, I'm gonna chop this down. Oops. Okay, that's it. For a second, I forgot that this was in the Origin server and the leaves won't immediately despawn. I've been spoiled. Okay. This means probably get rid of this bit. Bit unnecessary. So it's obviously gonna be a bridge, so I'll just connect it here now. Okay. Center. It's along this line, so I just put down some torches. It doesn't need to be completely symmetrical, but what I like it to be. Ah, keep just missing it. Damn it. Okay, you're not close enough. Okay. I think this is a better view. It's a learning curve. I figured it out the few times I used the app. Best of luck. Okay. I think definitely it doesn't need to all face inwards. It can also face outwards. It's just that I want this area to be the shopping district, shopping area. And then I can just keep like, smaller ones over there. Because that's going to be residential. That's residential slash farms. All of that basically is going to be farm slash residential. And then library slash museum. And then it connects to the bridge there. Then what I can do is then split up this even more. Like, maybe even like make a curve like there. So then there isn't, I guess, there isn't like a main square to say. Like a main plaza area, even though I still really love that idea. Where can I build that? Because like I also need to think of like how convenient it is. Because like I could like just do that line of the stores like that, but I'm not making stalls. I'm making actual buildings. And how big the buildings are will depend on where the roads are and this is the path coming back in to haunt me. I cannot have bad pathing in builds. It is not a thing that I will allow myself to have. Hmm. Because like the most natural thing was to be follow the terrain, so I would build like something. So like this would become an avenue, so it connects there, which then makes this part a street. Follow the natural terrain. That's kind of what I did here, which still makes this part kind of the center, and I can kind of build things along here. I don't know how big that would be. Because this part is not a very big place to begin with. Totally have not watched me lose my mind in the in the origin server over the shitty roads that spawn. Because this really isn't that big of a space if it wants to build like proper houses and proper shops. Okay. Definitely still need to gonna round this part out though. Which then makes this part kind of like like a really, really extreme crossroad. Which, like, I guess I can, like, kind of do that so I can fit more in there. That's too even. I can start mapping out where your path can be. You better, or I will be in your walls. So I just created like this little area. Which then means this can be like a cute little overhang. I could probably even build like a thing here. So then this can be like a building that the bridge can look at. Or, since it's right in front of the library slash museum, that part can be like a little like sitting spot. Or I could put it here. But then again, that overlooks the industrial area, so maybe not. Like the entrance is gonna be here. Right, I can make like a little park just like right here. Like a little statue area. Which then means I have like a little, okay, if I make the statue here, which means if I make the statue here, which means I can make kind of like a direct path. Like I can put the statue right here so it lines up with the bridge. And like kind of line it up there. Right here. Center of the statue. It's not like quite even. Which then I can now kind of build like a indirect path. From here, which leads right back to the middle. So like there could be like shops flanking both sides. Leads straight into this. You can look at it from the thing. You can, build some flowers around here. Okay, great. Roads. Here, I'm not too sure what to do here. I might just make it like foliage. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do here either. I might just make it like a, like a waterfront thing. Now that is done, though, I can now go build myself a sugarcane farm, since I said I was going to do that. If I finish the sugarcane farm, and I think it's like still too early for me to go to sleep. Oh my god, that's a baby. If I still think it's too early for me to go to sleep, then I'll probably hop on Origins for a little bit. Build some trees. Make some paths. Unless you get on, then I'll also get on Origins. People are messaging me. Why are people messaging me? If you get on Origins, I'll get on Origins. Great. After Redstone. I can log on now. I mean, I did promise Rose I was gonna make a Origin stream at some point. Are you gonna get on? If you can get on, just say the word. And I can just put this off for another day. Um, you. I'm thinking of like redstone. Yeah, I would mostly have that. The other thing. But regardless, I will need this. I will need deep slate. My stream, it's my world. I don't care. I can always build this off camera. Like, I don't think anything's gonna happen to me. But like, if I just build it off stream. Where should I put this? I also gotta worry about the pathing in this part too. The pathing in this one is already super weird. Like, realistically, I should be like looping around there, but I'm not. Human pathing has taken over my life. Dum-ba-dum. You know what? Let me finish this little sand thing and the pathing around the industrial districts, and I'll get on Origins. Then I can start working on the path in the market area. I can start building like little custom trees that I keep seeing on YouTube. For the people who don't like the rain. Okay. Best way to do this. The thing is, though, it's the fact that the collection is right here. Which means I can't, like, comfortably make that unless I like, extend it, like, over here. Like, the collection thing is right here. It's kind of hard to move. Like, this would be the most logical path. This. Which means I should make like the thing here. Just gonna cram it. Why did you put yourself on a steep hill? I don't know. You're the one who, chose your house spot. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna fly back home. I'm gonna get on Origins. Ow. Wow. Log out spot, my beloved. Saw the first decent looking cave and did not think of the consequences. Have you considered moving your base? Upper world base stays there, you're attached. Fair enough. To be fair, I am also very attached to my little underwater base. Like, I've joked around that I'll make a base out of like the stacks and stuff, but that never done it. Oof, my arm is sore from making mooncakes. Game is loading. Minecraft 1.19.2 not responding. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Now, do I have my cursor here? Will it also be gone? Plus, unique to my servo sleeper mining project. Yeah, true. Oh, alright. It doesn't actually work. Full screen. Did that break? I guess we'll find out. Ah, flashbang. Ah. Dream easy. My game is muted? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, because my desktop audio is still muted.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
So let me guess, was Spotify playing at all? I assume not.
Sometimes I didn't notice.
Okay,
I
then
was
it
like
was
half
literally
paying
just
attention.
it was just my voice then.
Yeah,
Why did I
probably.
have my desktop audio muted?
You may have done it for like, I don't know actually.
Oh, I was using Streamlabs for a school project, for a school thing.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
What
Dude.
happened? What happened was I needed to record myself like repeating something out loud, but I didn't want to like do it blind, so I just had it playing in my headphones while I muted the desktop audio so the recording wouldn't hear it.
I think I saw you talking about that.
Did you see the paths in the shopping district?
I have been to the shopping district the last time I was online, which was a few days ago.
I added the little slabs things for you.
Thank you. I do very much appreciate it.
Yippee.
I'm putting off doing the Coliseum now. I've gotten to the awkward stage of, oh gosh, I don't know what to do, so path project now.
What are you doing now?
path project. Just figuring out how this fucking path works.
Also,
I
look at
don't
the
know.
casino from the bridge.
Yeah, it's looking so good.
The exterior is finished, I
Hey,
think. Hello.
it's looking really good.
Exterior has been finished. All you're gonna see from this side of the thing is all redstone circuits, which I don't really care. There's on the bottom
I mean,
floor.
in all fairness, I'm using your stream to see it in, like, nicer shadows and stuff.
Shaders.
Shaders. Yeah, with the reflection on the water, it looks so cool.
I know. I occasionally
It looks-
switch out of shaders just to see what it looks like in regular vanilla, and I'm just like, no.
It looks good and, like, normal. It
Mm,
looks good.
It still looks good, it just doesn't have that reflection.
Yeah. I think the reflection makes it, like,
Makes it
fully.
Better.
It definitely, no matter, even if you're not with shaders on her, it just catches your eye immediately.
Yep.
Because out of everything else is sort of like, has a slightly rustic type of thing, or it just has wood everywhere. And all of it is just black and white,
Quartz.
and so clean looking. It demands your eyes to look at it.
Yippee!
And I like that. Let's see the front of it. Yeah, I don't know how to make paths, so I'm being completely honest with you, Mina. I usually just sort of fuck around or not make paths at all.
Mood. Actually, no, that's not a mood.
With you, it is not a mood. Oh, that's so nice. So nice to just walk. Oh,
Not
my
have to
short
float.
ass. My poor short
I
ass.
also replace it here as well. I want to replace the spruce eventually as well.
Ooh. That looks impressive.
Actually, I lied. The exterior is not done. I'm missing a window. Fuck.
It's fine. The
That
Fish
close enough.
Casino is an incredible name for this.
The Fish Casino. That is a reference to so many things.
So many things are references. I like the mixture of the gates and the walls up here.
I just needed something to use with the blue.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, this one is definitely one that stands out. This and the egg. Those two things always stand out.
Fucking
The
egg.
egg because of the absurdity of seeing a random oval shape, and that because, oh my gosh, what is that?
What is what?
You know?
Oh.
No, the casino. Although the shoulder shop looks pretty cool.
The sugar shop is incredibly sick.
Very,
haven't-
very cool.
I don't remember if I fixed it. I fixed it, kind of. I opened a pop-up as well. For quartz.
Not the pop-up.
Listen,
You
I have
better
too
hope there's
many.
no pop-up bans.
the Popo does not exist on the server.
Oh gosh, don't give anyone ideas. Someone would manage.
Casey, I
Doing
think let's form a government, Casey.
No. Let's form a government.
Oh god. Let's start
Forming
a government.
and
Casey.
SMPs gives me flashbacks.
Let's start
Not
a
good one.
government, Casey, with the laws and established rules. Let's emancipate ourselves from the Greater Roses server.
Let's hold an election. Let's hold an election and let's rig it for ourselves to win.
Let's make it so that no other parties can run except for us.
Ah shit, someone else won. Oh no.
No. Have to get immediately exiled. You gotta travel like a few hundred blocks out in another direction.
Gotta find a nice ravine.
One of us gotta go insane. Like, actually end up blowing everything up.
Oh my god.
But first, we need to wage a war against Rose, the server owner.
Oh no.
The dream. Smart Origins SMP, everybody. This is a totally original concept.
We all just touch Minecraft and lose our minds. Oh gosh.
God, how fast do you think the server would die if we start introducing like hardcore lore?
Uh,
How fast do you think the server would die?
how fast did Quad?
Quad SMP lasted for a month before it started dying, I think.
I would say probably that, but a little bit faster.
Probably.
I think everyone here enjoys the casual, behind-the-scenes type of lore. You just make a character idea and then just start implementing it into, like, your builds and
For real.
external stuff. Like, drawings. Or writing.
You know what we should do to kick off the lore, Casey?
No. What?
We should recreate the corruption.
Involved with that, and I feel immediate. I was not involved in that, and I just was like
I
staring
was.
at it. For...
No, sorry. I wrote like a novelized version of SMP season 1, and I was rereading it last night because I suddenly got a wave of nostalgia. So my head is now suddenly just filled with SSMP. Like, head empty, I can only think of my silly little character, my silly little 17-year-old with 5 different jobs and dies at the end. I miss her.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it now, my SSMP character was one of the more traumatized characters, and it wasn't even due to things that happened from other players. It was due to her own actions.
Traumatized by default.
And then there was my poor Phantom character.
Oh god. Quad SMP was an experience. Sub to SMP Season 1, however, my absolute beloved.
Yeah,
It was enough.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was enough for me to write a whole ass thing for it. Which I still have, and I just reread, so it's all fresh in my head.
Yeah, I just have the stories of how it was, the ideas that I wanted, and I was basing around what I did on there. Like the buildings and stuff. Of course, when I was actually playing like right now, like I am now, I was just acting as myself.
Yeah.
But if there was actual things going on, then I would act as the character. Which was literally just watching.
Bro's the watcher.
Bro's terrified of people.
God. If I was dumb and this shit and fucking server happened to me, I would be too.
Do you want me to talk about like some things of that character?
You know what? Sure, why not? Let's hear it.
So I actually took that character from another SMP I was on, where she acted as a traitor.
Love that.
In what essentially became a large, weird war or battle going on, and acted as a traitor and ended up having to kill the person that she was working with in a video game.
Your character would have been great friends with mine. Actually,
But then after the whole betrayal thing and after, just as things calmed down, but everything just sort of died out in the area, she just wanted to restart, and so she left. And then she stumbled into where the SSMP happened, set herself up sort of in a quiet place, but wanted to try to find a way to possibly have things to make people interact with each other in a friendly way. While also just sort of wanting to get as much information just out of curiosity. That sort of like nosiness that led her to be a traitor is still there. Well, in the final day, while she did actually engage in the chaos of burning and exploding things, at some point she finally starts running away as the chaos that she did not cause started getting closer to her. Well, unfortunately, she fell in her mine that she retreated to and fell from a high place into Skulk. and would rest there, and would wake up around SSMP2.
Oh, so it's the same
Skulk.
character.
Yes, the same character has gone through some shit. And then that character is now sort of like a skulk zombie type of character. Which is why I was even more isolated. And why I was completely in a cave. Like, if you ever saw my house, I was genuinely just in a cave. In a fortified cave house that I made. And that was the reasoning for that. Now, I intended on that for me to make, like, a bunch of tunnel systems under the map. I didn't get to that for a lot of reasons. But that was the intention, so that my character was basically just having access to an entire tunnel maze under the maps, that some of them leading to other faction areas. Oh, good lord. The splash particles go crazy.
I know. Bonk.
That one was so just nothing. It must be because I'm up here.
Wait,
So
I
that
see
was the
now.
intention with that character. And then after SSMP2,
Whoa.
I don't really know what happened to that character. I imagine she just sort of started wandering around. But that was the whole thing with that one. Yippee!
Yippee!
Went through some shit. But that was the only character that really went across multiple servers, I think. And it was just because that was technically the first character I played as. And then SSMP 1 and 2 were semi-connected. So,
Yeah.
you know, just went with that.
That's
And then
silly.
you know what happened to my 30-day character.
Yep. God, 30 day.
Bro was going through it, man.
I will not talk about 30 day. I will not talk about 30 day.
I will
not
stop talking
spoiling.
about 30 days. Yeah. I've had a few interesting characters to play around with, like, concepts with. Of course, do I go anywhere with them? No, not usually.
Would you make a new character for the new season of 30 day?
Probably.
Sick.
I imagine that my character from last season, after they, like, finally took a nap, took like a 5-day nap or something, they probably just ran and was like, okay, fuck this, man. And just, like,
Oh, the kind spin!
yo, just like,
That. I deafened myself by accident.
bro probably took like a week-long nap. And was like, sort of self-reflected on what had happened the past month and was like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm done messing with weird, mysterious objects, I don't even know what the hell just happened. And just sort of like went off. Left.
To be fair,
Go
canonically,
off. Go off.
Hello.
Pop off.
Hello.
Pop off. Pop off. Hello. What? Oh, Justin Timberlake is still on my house. Hello.
I think canonically what happened after 30 day was what happened? You
Okay,
good?
my dog's alive. I
Okay.
almost died. I almost did my national death.
Did you just explode?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That is not Skidibity.
What the fuck was I saying?
We were talking about after 30 day.
Right. Canonically, after 30 day ended, like, that world would have, like, existed for, like, another, like, year, I think, maybe, tops. And then it would have just gotten cleansed. Like,
So,
it would have
was there-
existed, like a small, so, like, I think, maybe not like a year, maybe, like, a while, a few lifetimes, and it would have just gotten cleansed.
Okay, so my character probably would have managed to at least live a life
Yeah.
afterwards, right?
And then, yeah, then the world got cleansed after X years, when God got bored.
God got bored? What?
So, do you
30
want to explain
day.
this? Does
Sorry,
Peyton know about
talk.
30 day? Probably
No.
not.
I think we've mentioned it.
So
You guys, okay, y'all mention stuff, and then I exist. So, and then I just stand there and go, yeah, no, because I haven't met all of you until I'm at
Mhm.
this server. So
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
fair.
anything about 30 Day. I don't know anything about y'all's past. I don't know anything about y'all's future. I ain't no fortune teller.
So 30 Day is a server that I've run annually that lasts for roughly 30 days. It usually lasts for like 40 or whatever, and it just gets deleted. And in every 30-day world server thing, there's always a little bit of like lore for people to discover. The first season was a bit of a flop. The second season, which happened last year, I say last year, this year, this year had a lot of lore that Casey, that like Zalo, that like Pidgey, that like Neva was like really, really involved in.
Insanity.
It's insanity. We
It was
I can give you like this a quick rundown of the lore. I love the 30-day lore. I never got to finish writing the novel, but yeah.
I don't think any of us properly finished what we were planning on writing for that. I'm being
You're gonna
honest.
do your video.
Okay. I need to sit down and learn how to edit. That's all I need to do.
Go edit
Same.
right now.
Hey, we can learn together. We can
Go
learn
edit
together.
right now.
But this,
Go.
Casey, put down the pre-calc homework and go edit videos.
I'm not doing my pre-calc. It's like half to 12. Dude, my computer's
Half
going
to,
to
can you go back to that sentence real quick?
half to 12. It's 11:30. Almost 11:30. Half to 12.
Why didn't you just say 11:30?
Because that's the first thing that came to mind. One thing you'll learn about me is
Y'all-
I phrase things really poorly, and it's amazing.
I also phrase things really poorly, but I don't
Yo.
say half to 12. I say like it is 12 double 2 or some shit, and then they'll all figure it out.
Well, I mean, it's... Oh, I didn't realize that you got in here. Hi!
What? Where are you? I don't see you.
Behind you.
No, you're not. Oh, hello.
We were hanging out in the shopping district.
Oh, hi. Do you need any water prop books? Cause I have water protection books.
I'm a fish.
Water prot does the opposite. It protects people
Okay.
who are allergic.
Ask
Yeah,
a fish if they want water protection.
I know there's... Yeah, I think all the water prot books have been put in here.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't need water protection. I'm keeping my sharpness book. Nope, you guys don't get that one. I'm donating my water protection. Yeah,
Mhm.
I forget you're a literal goldfish, Mina.
I am a goldfish.
Goldfish moment. We love goldfish.
Before I forget, would you like to know the lore of 30 Day Season 2?
Yes. Yes.
I've cracked my knuckles way too recently. Fuck. I'm gonna fucking dramatic. Are you doing anything right now? Like, are you being productive or whatever?
No.
No. Okay, I'm about to build us a campfire. 1 second.
I have a campfire.
I don't.
The actual...
Okay. We need a place to put the campfire. Let's go back to spawn.
I was thinking we could put it probably... Oh wait, no, Kitty's still about. Let's not put it too close to the hat shop. I'd rather not get blinded every 5 seconds.
No.
Marimos! Oh. Or beautiful lab-grown women. Okay. Okay.
You sounded so disappointed.
Okay, because I used to have a Marimo when I was younger. It was it's the reason I had a fishbowl, actually. So the reason I have a fishbowl is because I had Marimos, which are seaweed balls. And then, because I got them as a birthday gift one time. And my dad was very confused. And then they died. And, because I forgot to change the water and I traveled. And why is there a floating... Okay, I'm not... And then I kept the bowl because I wanted more Marimos in the future. But now that is being used for my Hawaiian plant. There is a fish
Let's
above
build
a lake.
it.
Oh, are you
here.
talking about the floating salmon?
Yeah.
Yeah, whose shop is that again?
I think it's Jade's.
Probably.
You know, as a fish, I should find offense to somebody selling a fish, but I think it's kind of funny.
Eggy.
Okay.
Egg.
If you want to come back to spawn, we're building a campfire, so I can tell
Okay.
this
Where spawn?
very,
Where
very
spawn?
long-winded story.
Where spawn?
Just follow the path back to my
Yeah,
house.
it's the path. It's sort of like, you know that gazebo with like the 4 paths?
Yeah.
Go to that.
I am
That's
at
not
that.
technically spawn, but it's basically spawn. We all treat it as spawn.
Oh, the pure white one next to the white shoreline.
I'm running. I'm running, Mr. Krabs. I'm running. I'm on my way. Sorry.
I realized that could
SpongeBob.
technically count for the water fountain. The phrasing I said.
I need not. That's probably copyrighted, but it's all my head has stuck in my head.
It's okay. You're singing it, so I shouldn't get copyright strike.
In theory, nothing should happen.
In theory.
In theory.
I'm here. I don't see
Oh, we're
you.
up here. We're on the... Hi. No, no, no. Hi. Ooh, seats.
Woo!
Take a seat, everybody. And let me begin the
Story time.
very long-winded story of the fucking 30-day server. Oh, we actually cook fish! I cooking
Fish
fish
time.
and fucking fish in front of a fish. Wait. God, I'm so glad I just keep food in my fucking, like, pre-made
Takes so
food.
much damage. Constantly, I just hear unhappy fish noises from you.
We love unhappy fish noises.
Hold on.
Now you see where I get half of my fancy foods. Mina just throws random fancy foods at me.
So, 30 day. God, where the fuck do I start in 30 day? God, do I tell this? Okay, there are two ways for me to tell this, right? I can tell it either chronologically, or I can tell it in the perspective of the players.
Well, I mean, you could technically start it out from the perspective of what we saw and then go chronologically.
I guess so. Okay, so in the eyes of... I switch music for this. The music I have on is way too upbeat. Sorry.
Not Sweden playing.
I don't know what song I could play. Okay. So, 30 day. 30 day, technically where the story begins is when the players literally just spawn into existence. Every player, every like person had their own like, you know, way of getting on the server. Some of them was like travelers, some of them, I guess just got birthed into existence. I guess some people, I don't know how people got there, but in one way or another, their life experiences had led them to this one like general area. And in this general area, as they lived, as they explored, as they did whatever, they started to notice that in the surrounding area, a lot of structures has, been, like, a lot of, like, old, dilapidated structures are, just kind of, like, hanging out in the world. Some of them are in the water, some of them are in the sky. And inside of those little inside of those little structures, in those old ruins, they would find journals. They would find journals that written by two people from a very, 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 very distant past. Those two people's names are Coral and Atlas. Although, the players didn't really know this until a bit later on, because they had to like piece together what their story was through through these journals. And it took them literally the entire server to find all of the journals. Although by then they kind of already like figured out what was going on. But
Ignore me as I walk away. Something.
As the story goes of Coral and Atlas, these two are friends from, like I said, like a distant past. Distant? Is that the right word? Like distant, far past? Yeah?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay.
Very.
It is late. My brain's not braining. And these two, Atlas is what they refer to themselves as like a sky person. They're, born in the sky, they live in the sky, they build houses in the clouds and stuff, and like a select chosen of them have like wings. They're like, I guess, like bird people, winged people, depending how you want to interpret it.
Avian.
Avians, yeah, that's the word. They're avians. Coral, on the other hand, they're a fish. They're like a merling. That's the best I can describe this. They're a merling. And these two became friends when they were like really, really young, because, both of them kind of were like social outcasts, I guess. Atlas was a social outcast because they liked to explore, the world beyond the clouds, the actual ground, land, and like water even. And Coral wanted to explore, wanted to like get away from like, their little community at the bottom of the ocean and explore the surface. So they kind of like met naturally that way. Atlas, on their travels, like when they got older, they started to notice a lot of things, I guess, like wrong about the world. Specifically about how, as they traveled, they noticed that there's been like this like disease going around. There's been like this thing that's been affecting like plants and animals and eventually even people. And they realized that, oh wait, this is kind of dangerous. I should probably like tell people about this so then they're aware that some sort of disease, some sort of corruption is affecting the world. But nobody back at home in like the little sky islands cared. They think that they're just like, spreading chaos, me when I spread misinformation on the internet. Type of deal. So they largely ignored them and like gave them like light punishments, kind of just say like, oh yeah, just stop saying that, stop disturbing, the public peace and stuff. But it eventually escalated so much, and they got so sick and tired of Atlas essentially doom posting about the end of the world that they exiled them, and kicked them off from the sky. And they did that literally by cutting off their wings and literally threw them off from the clouds.
Jesus.
The reason why, and the players kind of find this out slowly, that the reason why Atlas even lasted that long without going like, immediately punished was because Atlas had an older brother. Atlas's older brother's name was, I'm forgetting the name, I think his name was Cyrus. And
Yep.
Cyrus was like an important person. He was like a general, I guess. So it was like through like some like mild nepotism that Atlas was able to go unpunished for so long, but eventually people just could not take it. Ooh, food. Popcorn!
I had to go over to Oz's house to get it.
And eventually, and so when Atlas was like thrown off from the sky, the only reason why they survived was because Cyrus, their older brother, like caught them as they were like falling. But you know, he was still injured. Obviously, you know, their wings were cut off. So then Cyrus brought Atlas to Coral, you know, to treat their wounds and make sure they were okay. But, you know, for somebody whose whole life was spent like exploring, being in the sky, trying to like prove themselves right because, you know, this dangerous disease is going around, suddenly losing their wings was like a really, really big blow to their mental psyche. Dude was depressed. That's the simplest way to put it. And to bring Atlas out of this like depressive state, Coral convinced them, was like, hey, you should still totally get up, get out there and prove yourself right. Like, you know, like, you know this thing is being a big threat to, I guess, humanity, the world. This can really harm us all. This can, like, end the world if it gets too strong. Like, I'll help you get information about this new disease. I'll help you track things down. I'll help you, you know, prove yourself right and maybe, you know, get your, I guess, citizenship back. You know, get your respect back from the Skylands. So they proceed to do that. And they proceed to do that for a very, very, very long time. It lasts for, like, they go, like, on these wild adventures trying to figure things out. But they're getting nowhere. Like, they find, like, no information. Everything they lead up to, like, dead ends. They find, like, no, like, credible leads or nothing. And Atlas starts to get suspicious about the situation around them. Like, they start thinking, like, oh, maybe, like, there's something wrong with how we're approaching this. Maybe there's something wrong with us. Maybe I need to go off alone so that I can, like, think on my own and try to track down where this like disease is coming from, because they kind of have like clues, right? They figure out that this disease came from this really, really old, like, this old king, this old tyrant that used to rule the ocean, that got killed by their own, like, you know, council members through like this disease. Like, they managed to piece together that, you know, the council members literally created this disease to try and stop the king, because it, like, saps their, like, mental and, like, physical strength enough for them to kill him. But, like, so they go off on their own to try and track down where this, you know, old king's grave is, trying to find more clues. And lo and behold, literally not like a month or two after they leave Coral and try to like, go off on their own, Atlas finds the king's grave and finds, like, I guess, like, the source of the disease. So they're, like, super happy, and they're like, oh my god, I can now prove that I'm right. People have to listen to me now. I have, like, concrete evidence that this disease exists and is a threat, and if we know where the source is, we can probably stop it. So they try their damned hardest to try and bring this weapon back up to the sky. But how do you get up to the sky? You need wings. And by this point, after traveling for so long, after obsessing over this thing, and also a secret third thing, they're, like, exhausted. They're, like, they feel like they're about to, like, expire at any given moment. So then, as, like, a last ditch attempt to, like, you know, bring this up to the sky, you know, spread the word about this, they ask for the help of, like, I guess, like, the religious people of, like, the sky, because their reasoning was that way back when the people in the temple used to be the one that used to grant people wings, but that power got taken away from them. So then they reasoned that, you know, they would be able to do the same for them. They couldn't, spoiler alert, but they were like, but the next best thing we can do for you is build you a pair of wings. like mechanical wings. It's an elytra. And so you can put it on and then go up to the sky yourself and show your findings and save the world. This story does not end well, unfortunately, because eventually Atlas dies because they're just so worn out. They're like hallucinating, they're literally going crazy, something is affecting them, and they die like on their like first flight. Like they're like testing out the wings and they die like in the air or on the ground. Right on time for Coral, who had been looking for them this entire time because, you know, they're a merling, it's hard for them to get on land. So literally as soon as Coral like managed to put together like, oh, Atlas probably went to the Sky Temples to get their wings repaired, they got there just in time to see Atlas die and fall to the ground. It is later revealed that the reason why Atlas died was because as they were investigating the disease, the corruption, they slowly got infected with it just by pure like exposure. But because it wasn't like such a direct contact, it was like kind of like asymptomatic. So it just never really showed itself until they came in contact with the source, like the weapon, the old tyrant's weapon, and carried it with them for like, you know, months, as, you know, they're in the temple, as they're traveling back to the temple, you know. So all the symptoms and stuff just came like rushing back all in like full force. The second revelation that the players found was that Coral had actually been the one to, like, I guess, like, re-release the disease into the world. Because, in simplest words, they were angry that, you know, the Sky had exiled Atlas. They were angry about how, like, corrupted society in general has become. Because, like, you know, the Sky Islands has become like a very strict oligarchy. The water people, the Merlings, have become like, I guess the best way to say it, they become like complacent and like lazy after the old tyrant fell, and like they didn't want to do anything, so they just ignored all the world problems. So they initially released the disease. They re-released the disease because they wanted to trigger something known as the cleansing. The cleansing is a phenomenon where the entire world gets wiped and gets reset. And their reasoning was that I could just reset the world. All of us can just be rebirthed and we can just try this again. But the only caveat is this rebirth only happens if you die to natural causes or if you die to the cleansing. If you die to the corruption or the disease, because it's like man-made, you don't get reincarnated. So when they find out that Atlas supposedly died to the disease, they basically just infected themselves and went to go fuck off and die somewhere and wait for the cleansing to happen. That's where the players come in. The players exist in a world post this kind of cleansing. This is the second, I guess, like world, or whatever many world after God like cleansed everything from the old world because the disease was like killing everybody and stuff, you know, damage control. And as like a final act of like mercy to the people of the old world and to the people of the current world, the players, God gave the players a choice and basically said, you now know this entire story of like, you know, these two important figures of the old world. Do you want to bring the old world back and, you know, give them like a second chance? or do you want to keep your world and just let bygones be bygones? And those are kind of like the two, I guess, like factions that was like represented by Coral and Alice's like separate ideologies. And what did you know? One of those faction leaders is standing right in front of us. Hi, Casey. What are your thoughts?
Hi, Casey.
What are your thoughts?
I didn't mean to be a faction leader. It just happened.
It just
somehow.
happened. So how the faction,
How
like I guess, like,
dare you, Casey?
I guess like the ideals was chosen by I held like little events, for them to win prizes, and the two prizes that was given was a weapon called Klismic. Was a weapon called Klismic, which I just threw on the ground in front of you. Was a weapon called Klismic, and a elytra that was nicknamed Mechanical Wings. That was Smite, yep. And those two are the two things that was like brought back from the old world. So the wings, the elytra was Atlas's mechanical wings, and Klismic was the old king's trident.
And take a gamble on who won them.
You did.
No.
Oh.
One person won them both. And just think on, actually, no, they haven't been online recently. Think like on this server, who do you think the most grindy person is?
Zucker?
It wasn't Zucker. Zucker like quit halfway through the thing.
It was sort of funny.
It was sort of funny.
Zalo?
It was Zalo. Zalo
Yep.
won both of the fucking events.
Oh my god.
So then they suddenly, and like to be fair, like Zalo was also like kind of like leading this whole like lore thing, them and Casey. But yeah, eventually we just kind of like gave it out, kind of like we held like a gamble, like does anybody want to be the next like other faction leader? Casey ended up being the other faction leader. And I think Zalo's side won both times.
Yes.
We ran this event twice. This like little final capture the bag twice.
Technically, I was not the faction leader the second time.
Technically you weren't, but you basically were.
I took over the role due to conflicting needs with like language use.
Yeah.
So I just ended up taking over the role again. We failed miserably. But
No,
I
you
learned a
came
lot about
really
how to use...
close twice. You came really close both times.
Oh, it felt like we failed miserably. I'm being completely honest.
No, you guys were like 2 points off each time.
Dude, I should have downloaded a waypoint mod.
Oh well.
That was my issue. I kept on getting lost.
But Zalo's sorry.
No, it's good.
Okay.
Go.
Zalo's side ended up winning both times, and Zalo was on the team that voted to give up their current world and to give it back to the people that got cleansed. So give it back to the people of the sky, give it back to the people of the land. The sky and sea.
Shocker, Zalo had the wings.
Zalo had wings, yeah. Shocker. But yeah, that was the lore of that server. There's some like funky stuff about like reincarnation and stuff, but that's mostly headcanons. I guess semi-headcanons. There's that headcanon that Atlas didn't actually die to the disease. They literally fell to their deaths before they could fully die from the disease. So they actually got reincarnated into Zalo. Because Zalo and wings and purple hair. Because I canonically imagine Atlas of purple hair. So there was that joke. That's like semi-canon, I guess.
Yeah, I think... Stop burning yourself!
Pet fish noise.
No.
Sushi.
I just want to eat the popcorn.
You want to know what my character did?
What?
Was a dumbass. And overworked themselves to the point of literally hallucinating for an entire month straight.
Yeah.
My character wasn't anyone important and just an idiot.
But yeah, that
And
was
also-
started-
oh. Oh, fun fact, actually. My character did do something semi-important. On the first day of the server, I found an ocean ruin, and in it was a skull And I was like, haha, this would be funny to go on a fireplace mantle. So I made a fireplace mantle, and I put the skull on the fireplace mantle. And then we found a book talking about an old king. And I looked Mina dead in the eyes and said, haha, wouldn't this be funny if the skull was the skull of the old king? It was the skull of the old king on my fireplace mantle that I found on day 1.
Casey, are you okay?
No.
I saw you put it there and I was trying so hard not to laugh because I knew what it was.
I cursed my character to just have no sanity for that entire game. Not because of actually being haunted, or maybe they were slightly being haunted, who knows. Only Mina can really call that shot.
Yeah.
I sort of like the idea that they just worked themselves up so much and just could not sleep at all. So it was just a thing of their own mind. Just warping the things they read into being nightmares that would prevent them from sleeping. I think the worst thing I did for that character, though, was actually make them get very aggressive towards the other players. Sort of like be not nice to them, which is also why I completely hunted Zalo down, or why the character would have hunted Zalo down.
I'm so sad I didn't get that on stream.
I
got the tail end of it.
Yeah, you missed the fun part of it.
I was too
That my
busy being
volume was
sad.
so low. My volume balancing was even worse then than it is now.
But yeah, Payne, if you're interested in joining, I'm probably posting another one come January or February with even cooler lore.
If you do it in February, that is my birthday month, I will cry.
Are you planning to do something that entire month?
Well, okay, so I know 7 people that have the same birthday in the same week as me.
Oh. Well,
And then we're just sporadically also throughout the entire month of February.
if it brings you any comfort, the server does last for an entire month.
That's good to know.
In all
But yeah,
fairness,
No, like I know so my birthday is February 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
I know a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. I know a 16th. I know a 20th. Then I have to check for the rest of them. But I know that because I'm like, oh, we have the same birthday to like half of them.
God dang.
bro, my laptop just forced an update. Now I'm staring at a weird screen.
Uh-oh.
Imagine
It's
updating
fine.
couldn't be me.
In all fairness, though, on the server, usually only like a handful of people are like online
Yeah.
almost every day.
Good to know.
For some reason, I'm in that list usually because I just dedicate that entire month to that server, so you will not see me anywhere else.
Yeah, this server was really, like, half of the people on 30-day server was from this server, so then this server was just completely dead for a month,
Which was sort of sad.
which was sad. And then like even more people, like there's a wave of like resurgence after they ended back to the server, including me. I was here for when the server was launched, and then I stopped playing, and then Zalo dragged me back in here after 30-day. Hence the lore of goldfish being tucked
Fish.
in Zalo's pocket.
Eesh.
Also, I love the dragon head spinning on the campfire. It looks like it's being roasted. I love that.
Cooking.
It's cooking.
It's being
I'm sort of
roasted.
sad. I never got hungry enough to eat the popcorn.
Yeah, that's why I stood in the fire.
Oh.
Dead fish noise.
Oh, you picked up. Did you pick up the head?
No.
Oh.
I filled up my inventory beforehand purposely.
I guess it despawned literally under your feet.
Nice.
I
Dead
can't.
wet fish noise.
I can't do any of the easy ways to hurt yourself to make your hunger go down.
Just
I
stand
can't
in the
burn-
just stand in the fire? What?
No.
Oh. Well, I have a simple solution for that.
Ow, 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 ow. Okay, that should work.
I organized my backpacks.
Yippee!
Let's go! I ate popcorn.
I
Oh.
told a story. Yippee!
I
I got
fixed
to-
Casey.
Oh. Not again. This
Oh.
happens every once in a while.
Casey gets fished.
Oh, I should probably change the title of my stream. Ah, whatever. Fuck it. I have 2 viewers. One of them is me and one of them is Casey.
Every day.
Yay!
Yeah. I was very happy with that server. It was a lot of fun.
I cannot wait for the next server, and I'm literally going to explode because I love the lore of it so much. And I
ate
cannot wait.
popcorn.
Popcorn!
I still think the funniest thing about that server is I was still trying to wind down from the life server. So I'm so stressed out.
God.
I'm sorry for reminding you of that, but it's just half of the beginning of that server was me being stressed out because I was still getting used to people not trying to stab me in the back. There was only 3 people who I fully trusted on that server, and even then I was sometimes scared I would be betrayed.
Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato.
I am never running a life game ever again.
Potato, hot
Yeah, that's
potato,
fair.
hot potato.
Again, sorry for mentioning it, it was just
It's okay.
immediate first thought.
Potato.
It's kind of a tradition of me holding one right before 30 day, but I think this year might be the exception.
Potato, small potato.
It's fair.
Small
Because the first one was just because you had an extra amount of time, right?
Yeah. I had an extra, like,
Oh
month.
my god, this thing actually forced an update. It immediately booted up the page I was on.
Oop.
Before it updated. It got mad at me, so it forced an update. Are you kidding me?
Imagine your computer getting mad at you.
It's my laptop, it's not my actual computer. I had it booted up for my D&D character sheet.
What are some other fancy foods I can make?
Why do I have oysters?
Oh, because Peyton just dropped some. What are some other fancy foods I can make?
There's actually I was thinking of if I couldn't find any corn, I would have grabbed coarse fruit, but that needs an actual thing. I can eat this. I cannot eat that. I also cannot eat that. It would be very cursed if I asked a sucker if I could eat gunpowder. Flowers.
Flowers. I don't have any flowers in my inventory. I do have more Eden messes.
Yeah, I will try to start working on editing, though.
You said that months ago.
In my defense, I tried, and then I immediately got distracted with like other stuff because then D&D, and then Coliseum, and then this, and then college. Brain go, no.
Rainbow.
And now I just need to fight the ability to actually edit and hope it doesn't explode whatever computer I'm using.
Woo!
I have so many video files on my fucking computers. I think I finally deleted that one sort of useless one that I would never... Did I actually? Let's see. Did I delete that? It was from an old server. Prior to 30 day. Oh god, all of my 30-day files are everywhere. I only named like one of them.
That's a mood, though.
Oh god.
I came online to build paths, and I've just sat here yapping. I love that.
Okay, no, I did not actually delete the videos from that server before the first 30 day.
Yippee.
I don't think I'll ever do anything with that other than maybe like a funny like clip compilation of just random dumb stuff that happened on that server.
Yippee.
Maybe. That may end up, if I ever do make that, it might just end up being an unlisted video that I share with the people who were on the server.
And that's
stuff.
also good.
Yeah. Maybe I would post it in the Discord server. Maybe. Again, dumb things. Would end up having a counter of how many times Ashker killed me. And then the amount of times I got fishing rodded as a spectator. Love getting fished while you're in spectator mode. It's the best thing. Unfun fact about that server, that's how I was learning how to actually use spectator mode. And I was suffering because I did not know how to use spectator mode.
Mod go burr.
I still really don't fully understand how to hop on a server. The most I usually use it for is just funny bits.
Yeah, and that's all you need to use it for.
Yeah.
Because I did most of the events and stuff.
I think my favorite bit that I did was just put useless items around people's houses, like the ones that you can't even like pick up. So I think I did a few dead bushes. I think I put one singular dark oak sapling in someone's base.
Nice.
Because I don't think there was a dark oak forest on that map. I put a bunch of dead coral around people. Again, useless. Literally unusable things. The only ones that were slightly useful were the dead bush. And it gives you like a stick or two.
I'm like looking through the Crotopia recipes to see if I can make any more silly things. Ooh, cinnamon. Oh, that's fun to make. I could make macarons, but I don't have any almonds on me. That's a adventure for another day. I could just go to the stacks and just raid the cafe.
I like how it was a genuine thing of, oh, let's work on paths.
You know, yapping.
Yapping time.
Yapping time. This always happens when we're all like.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sorry, Pin, if you were planning to be productive today.
Nah, it is 1 o'clock in the morning.
Fair enough. Ah, shit, I wanted to be up slightly early in the morning.
Okay, you know what? This is where we end our conversation. This is where we all log off, at least me and Casey should, and go to sleep.
I wanted to try to stream for once myself. I'm sorry for not advertising because no one knows my fucking channel. Hat.
Just post the link in the thing.
No.
Okay.
Denied, rejected.
Okay.
It's okay. I have to get ready for next weekend, and everything in its mother is stopping me. I swear.
What are you preparing for next week?
So I get to go back to Indiana.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And I get to go to next weekend. It's also I get to go to Red Fest and I can see Zay there.
Ooh.
Silly.
That's fun.
That is yeah. And I think Pidgey's gonna be there.
Alright.
And
Then I will log off, then I will end stream. Say goodbye to stream.
bye, Stu.
Bye.
Bye stream. I got so off track today. Right.
Hey, at least we got to hang out.
True. Alright,